Hi guys, let's look at the next question, question number 20. It says a line AB meets x-axis at A and y-axis at B. If P is the point which is 4, comma -2, which divides AB such that AP is to PP is 1:2, we need to find coordinates of A and B, and then equation of line through P and perpendicular to AB. So P is dividing AB in 1:2. So let's look at a rough diagram, right? So and P is -4, -2, which means it lies in the third coordinate. So we have a line which will look something like this, correct? Yes, something like this, and this is my point P, which is -4, -2. A is at x-axis is A, and at y-axis is B. Perfect, and the ratio is 1:2. Is that it? Yes. So since A is on the x-axis, the coordinate would be x, 0. B is on the y-axis, so the coordinate would be 0, y. Perfect. Now we'll use the section formula and we'll figure out the value of x and y. Perfect. So let A is equal to x, 0 and B is equal to 0, y. So using section formula, I know that -4, which is the x coordinate of this, will be equal to m1 x2 into m2 x1. So m1, which is 1 into x2, that's 0, plus m2, that's 2, into x1, that's x, upon 1 plus 2. And then y coordinate, which is -2, is equal to m1 y2, which is 1 into y plus m2, that's 2, into y1, that's 0, upon 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. So that's a -4 into 3, that's -12 is equal to 2x, and -2 into 3, that's -6 is equal to y. Therefore x is equal to -6, y is equal to -6. Next, we have to calculate the coordinates of A and B. So A we know is A, therefore A is equal to x0, which is -6, 0, and B is equal to 0, y, which means 0, -6. So this part of my question is done. I have calculated the coordinates of A and B using section formula. I hope you realize these two chapters are very closely linked to each other. So you will keep getting questions from section formula and midpoint formula in equation of a line. Now we need to figure out the equation of a line which passes through P and is perpendicular to AB. Okay, so we will have a line, let's say theoretically like this, which will pass through P. So this is that required line and will be perpendicular to AB. So now we'll use the slope formula, which is m1 into m2 is equal to -1, since these two lines are perpendicular. So let's first calculate the slope of AB. So let's write that down. So slope of AB will be equal to y2 minus y1, that's -6 minus 0 upon 0 minus -6, that's 0 plus 6. So that's -6 upon 6 is equal to -1. Since AB is perpendicular to required line, therefore m1 into m2 is equal to -1. Therefore slope of required line will be equal to -1 upon -1, which is equal to 1. So the slope of the line which we need to find out is 1. Now equation of required line will be given by y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. In this case, it is passing through P and P is -4, 2. So y minus -2, that's y plus 2 is equal to m. M in this case is 1. X minus x1, that's minus of -4, that's x plus 4, which means y plus 2 is equal to x plus 4, which means y is equal to x plus 2. Perfect. So that's the equation of this line that they want us to find. Y is equal to x plus 2. Perfect. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is question 23. It says AB is equal to y is equal to x plus 1 and CD is equal to root 3x minus 1. I could have written this as root 3x minus 1 as well. Find the angle of inclination and find the angle between AB and CD. So let's look at, slope of AB. Let's find the slope of AB. So this is y is equal to x plus 1 comparing with y is equal to mx plus c. We get slope of AB is equal to 1. Since slope is equal to tan theta and tan 45 degree is equal to 1, therefore theta in this case is equal to 45 degree. So let's look at a rough diagram for our reference. So I have AB, which makes an angle of 45 degree with the positive side of the x-axis. So let's say this is AB. This is point A, this is point B, and this is making an angle of 45 degree. Perfect. Let's look at the line number 2. So second line says y is equal to root 3x minus 1. Again, comparing it with y is equal to mx plus c, we get the slope is equal to root 3, which is equal to tan theta, and since tan 60 degree, yes, tan 60 degree is equal to root 3. So since tan 60 degree is equal to root 3, therefore theta is equal to 60 degree. Perfect. So again, let's look at a rough line for this. So I have another line which is making an angle of 60 degree. So this time this angle is 60 degree. Perfect. Next, find the angle of inclination. So we found one angle of inclination. This is for line 1 and this is for line 2. And the line 2 is named CD. So this is, let's say this point is C and let's say this point is D. Find the angle between AB and CD. So let's give this triangle some name. It's making an angle. It's wherever it's intersecting. So let's call this point L, let's call this point M, let's call this point N, and this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. Perfect. So in triangle LMN, let's look at this. One angle is 45. This exterior angle is 60. So we can use the exterior angle property. So let's start writing. Angle NMX is exterior angle, and we know that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of opposite to interior angle. So let this angle be x. Perfect. So 45 degree plus x is equal to 60 degree. Reason is exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite to interior angles. Yes, this is correct. Therefore, x is equal to 60 degree minus 45 degree is equal to 15 degree. So therefore, angle between AB and CD is 15 degree. That's my final answer. Good. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we do would be question number 25. Perfect. Let's look at question number 25. It says the ordinate of point lying on the line joining something and something is negative 23. Perfect. So therefore the point given is, therefore the point is negative 23 is the ordinate, which means it's the y-axis coordinate. So is x comma negative 23. I hope you remember the first one is called abscissa, the second one is called ordinate. Perfect. How do I remember? A comes before O, so that's why x also comes before y. So A is the x coordinate, O is the y coordinate. So I have x comma negative 23, which lies on line joining 6, 4 and 7, negative 5. Perfect. So let's find the equation of this line and then we'll put these coordinates in this equation. Should get us some answer. Perfect. So slope of line will be given by y2 minus y1. In this case, 4 minus negative 5, that's 4 plus 5 upon x2, that's 6 minus 7, so that's 9 upon negative 1, which means negative 9. So the equation of this line will be y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Let's substitute values. So y minus y1, let's take y1 as 6 and 4. So x1 and y1 as 6 and 4. So y minus 4 is equal to m. That's negative 9 times x minus 6, which means y minus 4 is equal to negative 9x plus 6 nines are 54. So y plus 9x is equal to 54 plus 4, that's 58. Perfect. So that's the equation of the line. Since x comma negative 23 lies on this, so put y is equal to negative 23 in, let's call this equation 1. This will help us get the value of x. So that's negative 23 plus 9x is equal to 58, which means 9x is equal to 58 plus 23, which means 9x is equal to 70, 81. 81, therefore x is equal to 9. Therefore, the point is 9 comma negative 23. Perfect. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we do is question number 26. Question number 26 says, point A and B have coordinates something and something. Slope of AB we need to find. Equation of perpendicular bisector of AB. Okay, so let's look at this. This is a question number 26. Let's look at this. The first one is simple. Slope of AB will be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Let's substitute values. So 9 minus negative 3, that's 9 plus 3 upon 1 minus 7, that's 12 upon negative 6. Therefore, slope of AB is equal to negative 6. Why negative 6? 12 divided by negative 6 is negative 2. My mistake. So the slope of AB is negative 2. So this part is done. I need to find the equation of perpendicular bisector of AB. So this is my point A, this is point B. They want me to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector, which means first I need to find the midpoint. So let's find the midpoint. So for number 2, midpoint of AB would be given by the midpoint formula, which will be 7 plus 1 upon 2 comma negative 3 plus 9 upon 2. That's 8 upon 2, which is 4. And that's negative 3 plus 9, that's 6 upon 2, which means 3. So this point M is 4 comma 3. Perfect. Now we know the slope of AB. Since perpendicular bisector is perpendicular to AB, which means slope of required line will be multiplied with slope of AB will be equal to negative 1. Done. So now let's calculate the slope of the required line. So slope of required line will be equal to negative 1 upon slope of AB, which is negative 2, which means slope of required line is half. Now the last, so now we need to find the equation. So equation of required line will be y minus y1. In this case 3 is equal to m, half times x minus x1, that's 4. Cross multiply, 2y minus 6 is equal to x minus 4, which means 2y is equal to x minus 4 plus 6, that's x plus 2. So 2y is equal to x plus 2. Done. So second part is done. Value of p if negative 2p lies on it. So the value of the y coordinate is not given, value of x is given as negative 2. So put x is equal to negative 2 in 2y is equal to x plus 2, and I get 2y is equal to negative 2 plus 2, which means 2y is equal to 0. which means y is equal to 0. Therefore, the p in this case is equal to 0. Perfect. So we figured out the third part of this question as well. Let's look at the next question. The next question that we'll do will be question number 28. Question 28 says 3x plus 4y minus 7 is equal to 0. Find the slope of the line. This one's simple. So 3x plus 4y minus 7 is equal to 0, which means let's put it in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So this would be 4y is equal to negative 3x plus 7, which means y is equal to negative 3 upon 4x plus 7 upon 4. Comparing it with y is equal to mx plus c, so the slope is equal to negative 3 upon 4. Done. So this part of the question is done. Next is so equation of line perpendicular to it and passing through the intersection of something and something. Okay, so this is line. So there is this intersection of, let's call this line 1, let's call this line 2. So, and we need to find the equation of a line which is passing through this intersection and is perpendicular to, let's call this line 3. So this is my line 3, this is my required line, and this is line 1 and line 2. Perfect. It's passing through the intersection of line 1 and line 2 and is perpendicular to line 3. Perfect. So I have figured out the slope of line 3. Now let me find the slope of the required line. Since slope of required line into slope of line 3, let's call it line 3, is equal to negative 1. Therefore, slope of required line will be equal to negative 1 upon negative 3 upon 4. So it will be equal to 4 upon 3. So the slope of my required line, so the slope here is equal to 4 upon 3. Now the next part would be to figure out the point through which this line is passing. It is passing through the intersection. So then let us solve these two equations simultaneously and see if I can get the point of intersection. So x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0, and this is 3x plus y minus 10 is equal to 0. Let's add them. This gets cancelled and I have 4x minus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore, 4x is equal to 8, which means x is equal to 2. So the point of intersection is, the x coordinate is 2. So put x is equal to 2 in x minus y plus 2 is equal to 0, and I get 2 plus 2 minus y is equal to 0, which means y is equal to 4. Wonderful. So therefore, point of intersection of L1 and L2 is 2, 4. Now I know a point through which this is passing. This point is 2, 4, and I know the slope of my line. So equation now becomes simple. Equation of required line will be y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. In this case, y minus 4 is equal to m. M is 4 by 3 times x minus 2. Cross multiply, this gives me 3y minus 12 is equal to 4x minus 8, which means 3y is equal to 4x minus 8 plus 12, that's plus 4. So that's the equation of my required line. Wonderful. Let's look at the next question. The next question is question number 29. It says ABCD is a parallelogram where A is xy, B is 5, 8, C is 4, 7, and D is 2, negative 4. Find the coordinate of A. Rough diagram, please. So this is how my parallelogram basically looks like. Any property of parallelogram that I can apply here? Yes, the property of a parallelogram that I can apply here is that the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, which means the midpoint of AC will be equal to the midpoint of BD. So then we will know certain things. Let's see how we can solve. So let this be A, B, C and D. This part and this part will be equal. This part and this part will be equal. Let's call the midpoint O. Perfect. Let's see if it will help us give us something. A is xy, B is 5,8, C is 4,7 and D is 2, -4. So since diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, therefore midpoint of AC is equal to midpoint of BD. Let's call that point O. Perfect. So let's find the midpoint of BD. So midpoint of BD would be, so O will be equal to 2 plus 5 upon 2 and -4 plus 8 upon 2. Now 2 plus 5 upon 2 is 7 upon 2 and -4 plus 8, that's 4. 4 upon 2, that's 2. Perfect. So O is equal to 7 by 2, 2 and this is also the midpoint of AC. So that will help us find the coordinates of A. That will help us find the coordinates of A. So which means O is also the midpoint of AC is equal to 7 by 2, 2 using section formula, using midpoint formula rather. 7 by 2 is equal to x plus 4 upon 2 and 2 is equal to y plus 7 upon 2. Wonderful. So that's 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So x is equal to 7 minus 4, x is equal to 3. Perfect. And this here is 4 is equal to y plus 7, which means y is equal to -3. Perfect. So therefore coordinates of A we figured out. Therefore A is equal to 3, -3. So I have figured out 3, -3. First part done. Now I need to figure out the equation of BD. So equation of BD is simple. I just need to calculate the slope of BD. So for that, slope of BD will be given by y2 minus y1. So that's 8 minus -4. That's 8 plus 4 upon x2. That's 5 minus 2. That's 12 upon 3, which is equal to 4. So equation of BD will be given by y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So y minus y1, let's take 5 and 8 as a point. So y minus 8 is equal to m, which we calculated as 4 times x minus 5, which means y minus 8 is equal to 4x minus 20, which means y is equal to 4x minus 20 plus 8, that will be minus 12. So that's the equation of BD. Perfect. That finishes this video for me. Take care, be safe. I'll see you with the next video. Bye bye.